He's going to have to get active.
This is Bellator MMA.
The fight game has always had its fair share of snakes and rats, who slither through the rules and do whatever it takes to get ahead. But karma doesn't keep scores. It delivers judgment. And in the fight world, every rat eventually meets its executioner.
Another brutal fight.
See, there we go.
Yes. What happens?
In this video, we're diving into how the most disgraceful fighters to ever step foot in combat sports paid the price for their sins.
Big right hand. He's out.
Welcome to Fighting is Art. Let's go. Zdravko Tarnagiev is the textbook definition of manufactured menace. A hulking slab of muscle, draped in ink, and with arrogance seeped into every step as he prepared to battle Aitor Gaspar. But Tarnagiev wasn't satisfied with just looking the part. The scoundrel took it a step further as he reached for his opponent's throat in a fake show of dominance. That smugness followed him into the cage, and it was plastered across his face like a permanent signature of delusion. But the moment the bell rang, karma stormed in like an executioner and made sure the cocky idiot's overconfidence hit the mat before he did.
Striking. Cuidado, lo tocó, lo ha sentado. Ha sentado el Zdravko.
In the fight game, opportunists scurry out like roaches in the dark, but none thrived on deception quite like Bob Sapp, a hulking fraud built on artificial strength and hand-picked victories. Sapp's career was littered with disgraceful antics, usually at the expense of opponents half his size. Always on the hunt for another mismatch, Sapp set his sights on Mariusz Pudzianowski, a man more familiar with pulling airplanes than throwing punches. Before the fight, the ever-cocky Sapp released a mocking video, hinting that he would turn Pudzianowski into a helpless little girl.
You hit like a girl.
But when the cage door shut, it was clear who the real victim would be. From the opening bell, Pudzianowski dragged Sapp through every layer of hell, treating him like just another weight to be lifted. He sent the fraud crashing to the canvas with ease before mounting him and delivering a Soviet-style beatdown, the kind usually reserved for misbehaving children. Helpless and exposed, Sapp became the ultimate punching bag, absorbing punishment with no escape in sight. Bobur Abdulazizov was the epitome of a cocky rat. He was disrespectful, deceitful, and well-deserving of his spot in the Rat Hall of Fame. Riding an undefeated 7-fight winning streak, Bobur had finished every opponent he faced, but karma had seen enough, and it sent Moscot Esbalat to collect his soul. Unlike the jittery Bobur, Moscot remained ice-cold before the fight, and once the cage door shut, he dominated on every level, lighting him up on the feet and mauling him on the ground. Crippling low kicks left the rat limping, and after one final shot, his legs completely betrayed him. The referee, fully aware of Bobur's history of dirty tricks, allowed Moscot the time he needed to deliver a well-earned punishment and beat the scoundrel into well-deserved humiliation. Rats come in all shapes and sizes. Russia's Magomed Vakeyev was another cocky rat who found it the hard way against Tony Johnson. Ironically, the build-up started with friendly smiles and respectful handshakes. But that civility crumbled in an instant when the scoundrel couldn't win a war of words. Even inside the cage, the bully took charge with sharp accuracy.
Да, увы, наш поединок начинается с соперники.
But karma often doesn't send warnings, and justice finally came crashing down on Vakeyev, leaving him with a bitter taste of his own medicine.
И такого Тони не упустит, скорее всего. Один, другой, третий, четвертый удар. Виктор Корнеев Тони Джонсон остается чемпионом Лиги ACA в тяжелом весе.
While some rats limit their antics to trash talk, others drag families into the mud, and sometimes it even gets as vile as harassment. Ricardo Mayorga took things to a whole new low when he ran his mouth about Mosley's son, boasting that he'd humiliate his father.
Papà, finito ya, non ma papà.
But then he crossed the line completely by touching Mosley's girlfriend inappropriately. Mayorga continued to fool around even inside the ring, where he showboated as usual. But Mosley's right hand had a lesson waiting for him.
Here's a right hand that clips Mayorga on the jaw.
He fell that one.
Another big right hand by Mosley. Another right hand.
As the rounds wore on, it became obvious that Mayorga was nothing but a 41-year-old relic, dragging his battered pride across the canvas for a paycheck.
Another right hand by Sugar Shane.
Mayorga, this gets Mayorga into it. He just let him hit him a left hand. Look at him.
Right hand.
By round 6, Mosley had seen enough, and he ended the charade for good.
You got two 40-somethings in here who both appear weary and maybe...
And down goes Mayorga.
He's claiming a low blow.
He's claiming a low blow.
They say calm people are scarier than the loud ones because they have absolute control over themselves. But who'd tell this to this cocky rat? Julian Wallace, aka Jules the Jackal, carried himself as a villain straight out of an action movie, as he is inked up, mean-mugging, and radiating fake toughness. And he remained in his schoolyard bully character when he faced off against nice guy Ben Nguyen.
Good work, guys. All of this. Just some housekeeping for tomorrow night.
Quickly, guys.
Nguyen saw right through the act, brushing it off with a smirk, already knowing who the real alpha was. Once the cage door locked, Nguyen wasted no time in dismantling Wallace, with a knockout so ruthless it felt like the universe itself had stepped in to humble him. In September 2009, Olympic gold medalist Guillermo Rigondeaux stepped into the ring against Giovani Andraj, a man who seemed to think mind games could make up for skill.
And what it is that he's looking to do at all times. He paused with that lead hand, with that southpaw right jab.
Andraj taunted, showboated, and even invited Rondo to hit him, mistaking arrogance for confidence.
Looking to set up his power punch, the left hand, to score points. Doesn't use it to do damage. Use that left uppercut or that straight left hand. Andrade is just...
But Rigondeaux wasn't here for theatrics. He studied Andraj's movements, patiently waiting for the perfect moment. And when it came, it was a brutal pinpoint left hook to the body that sent Andraj crumbling to the canvas.
Too much. And now he's shaking his head. He's quitting. And it's it. That's it. He's quitting. Unfortunate.
No more taunts, no more bravado, just a broken fighter, shaking his head, realizing too late that you can't out-talk a man who speaks with his fists. Rat mentality always breeds downfall, and Tony Harrison learned that the hard way. Coming into his 2023 fight against Tim Tszyu, Harrison played the role of the cocky scoundrel, dismissing Tszyu as a basic fighter unworthy of the hype.
Just a basic fighter, man. He just shows me nothing a high level of skill of a setup for a high level skill fighter.
Even in the ring, the cocky idiot had the audacity to make gun signs at Tszyu. Harrison acted like a king, but when the fists started flying, it was clear who ruled the ring.
Yeah, now here's a right hand. That one rocked Harrison. Back to the ropes.
Tszyu chipped away at the Rat's confidence, landing heavy shots that left Harrison reeling like he had had a bit too many tequila shots on a wild night.
Guys have done past this Harrison with that jab, but there's another right here, right on the button to Harrison, and a right to the letter. Harrison's hurt.
By round 9, the Aussie wasn't just winning, he was causing destruction, and the ref had to step in to save Harrison's final few brain cells.
Yeah, he needs to guard him. He's got to hold on. Double uppercut by Tszyu. He's looking to stop Tony Harrison and drops him.
3, 4.
Boxing has had its fair share of colorful characters, but Jorge PZ was the whole palette. He was loud, flashy, and cocky. In May 1999, he waltzed into the ring against Augie Sanchez, strutting like a scoundrel who believed he was untouchable.
Sánchez entrando muy bien.
Even after hitting the canvas early,
Ha tenido oportunidad de verle en diferentes peleas. Hoy se ha ido al suelo.
PZ refused to learn his lesson, dropping his hands and taunting like he was at a fiesta.
Un boxeador muy cotizado, Jorge Páez, que está recibiendo ahora esas dos izquierdas que las hace.
Pero está intentando poner nervioso porque ve que está haciendo.
But karma doesn't celebrate fools, and in round 7, Sanchez uncorked a left hand that flipped the switch on PZ's arrogance and sent him to the Rat Hall of Shame. The karate combat showdown between Freddy Masabo and Danaya Batgerel had all the makings of a grudge match, especially after cocky Rat Masabo disrespected Batgerel's hat during their face-off. If you're from Mongolia, you know that's super disrespectful. Even inside the battleground, Masabo came out hot and rattled Batgerel's skull early and kept him on shaky legs with a relentless assault.
He's got a lot of speed.
With every passing second, Batgerel's chances faded like smoke in the wind.
Yeah, not circling out quickly though here, and
After he hurt him, but then he pulled back right away, so he knows exactly what he's doing.
yeah, he's tactically.
But then, the quiet warrior rose like a phoenix and served Masabo a bone-crushing reality check. Cocky fighters come in all shapes and sizes, and Derek Chisora was the whole package against Dillian White in 2016. Chisora went full beast mode, smashing a table at the press conference like a raging bull. But when the fight came, he fell short and lost by split decision. By the rematch, Chisora showed a calmer side, but with a hint of arrogance that begged for a reality check.
Yeah, apparently I believe Mike Goodall screwed his tables already. They screwed down anyway, so can't really move them anyway, but it's okay.
And it's a risky fight for both, and I take my hat off to both.
No, it's not a risky fight for me.
No?
Talking about, I didn't have anywhere to go, did I? No, it's not.
Physically a risky fight.
fuck that shit, man. Listen, fuck that. Physically what? It don't matter, man. I'm gonna come out there nice. Do you understand? It's we're gonna go and take what's his and make it mine.
And White delivered it with a thunderous left hook, closing the Chisora chapter for good.
There's still a few rounds. Should he surprise the bookies?
Chisora.
Yeah. Oh, and that's good night. It is all over in the 11th round. Julian White knocks Derek Chisora out after a thunderous battle. Chisora.
Some fighters talk a big game, but TikToker Anatoli Nadratovski practically talked himself into CTE before even stepping into the ring against Murad legend. Anatolik's trash-talking resulted in Murad slapping some sense into him and turning his face into a whole character arc. He was shocked, in denial, and desperate to save his dignity. So inside the cage, Anatoli fired back with wild punches that had Murad stumbling. But the takedowns kept the cocky rat in control.
Поп ММА'дегі боецтер именно хайптағы, как Мурат, осы жақта...
Мы с тобой сейчас поедем в ресторан. Не уходи. Все, дальше, сюда.
Қазір мына жерде біз цирк.
After 3 rounds of a sloppy war, the judges handed Murad the win, leaving Rat Anatoli with nothing but bruises and regret. Pre-fight antics are just cocky fighters' way to have an upper hand. And Anatoli Nadratovski was no different as he headbutted Miri Sadigov during the face-off like a true menace. His rat move was followed by a dance performance on his way to the cage. The cocky scoundrel struck first with a takedown.
Недолго, правда, продолжалось. Тут же переводит в борьбу Анатолий Мири.
Да, и сходу пошли в дело и тот, и другой. В общем-то, то, что вчера у них проскочила искра, сейчас с головы, что уже с налет на него наскочил, и сейчас вот в этом клинче попробовал на удушающий.
That's when Sadigov settled the score with a brutal storm of elbows that melted Anatoli like butter under a hot knife.
В этом клинче попробовал на удушающий в стойке выйти. Не получилось.
Попал локтем,
еще.
И добавляет это нокаут.
Да. И Мири Садыгов, вот он прямо на...
Cedric Dumbbe isn't the kind of guy you want to cross, especially not with a bag full of dirty tricks. But Aleem Nabiev thought he could outfox the king. And of course, it didn't end well. Dumbbe ran a masterclass, chopping Nabiev down with ruthless low kicks, stiff jabs, and scorching overhand rights.
Dumbbe predicts a knockout here, Joe,
but instead of adapting, the rat resorted to foul play, throwing illegal shots to the back of Dumbe's head.
And look at this! There's the back of the head. Stop! Whoa!
Even as he was getting picked apart, Nabiev had the audacity to strut around like a showboating fool.
Another jab for Dumbbe.
But all that bravado only earned him more punishment, with a hellacious overhand right crumbling his arrogance.
What a right hand! One of the best you have ever seen from Dumbbe!
6, 7. Nabiev then walked straight into a nuclear right hand that sent him on a trip to nowhere.
Fight! Nabiev's going to continue! Here's Dumbbe! He's turned into one of the best finishers in the world! It is over! Cedric, the best! Dumbbe!
What we have found out until now is that arrogance is a cruel mistress, and Nate Campbell's romance with cockiness didn't blossom either. Back in March 2004, Campbell squared off against Robbie Peden for the USBA super featherweight title, and for the first 5 rounds, the cocky rat was styling on his opponent.
And from Campbell.
He was landing shots at will, cracking Peden with a savage body punch that had the crowd wincing.
Body movement, but when he's not doing that, his head's just kind of hanging in the on this fight, Robbie Peden.
He's slow.
That body shot to the body. What a body shot.
But instead of sealing the deal, Campbell got cocky and started showboating like he was untouchable.
He was straightened Peden right up with that shot.
Moments later, he was touched and out cold.
It's a left hand by Peden, and down goes Campbell.
This guy thought his arrogance would intimidate his opponent, but his rat behavior only backfired. From the face-off, Alex Hannon was on his cocky behavior, flashing gun signs and sneaking in a cheap shot.
All the time. Touch gloves and let's get it on, boy. Listen, mate.
But Andrei Mikhailovich wasn't here for the gimmicks, and the moment the bell rang, he unleashed an early storm of punches that should have humbled Hannon.
Stay away. 1, 2, and 3. A left hook through, and Hannon just stayed up. He covers up now.
But some people don't learn. In round 2, Hannon doubled down on his dirty tricks, but karma came in the form of a sharp left hook that sent him crashing down like a rag doll.
Right, boys. Right, I say. Stop. Stop.
Working hard, but hanging on to end it is Hannon.
Moments later, another had him spinning like a malfunctioning Beyblade.
The left hook. This is with his right hand and works, and there's the hook again, and he goes again.
Andre wasn't done, as one final bomb slammed the coffin shut on his cocky antics.
He wobbles back up.
35 seconds to finish.
And he takes another shot and more. And here they come, and there's the stoppage. And it's a victory for the Russian king.
Success often makes people think highly of themselves, but without their feet planted firmly on the ground, the fall comes fast and hard. Just ask Sabri Sadiri, who dominated Sam Maxwell from the opening bell and floored him early. Sadiri battered his opponent round after round.
Oh, he's got him again. Right hand this time. And this is turning into a nightmare for Sam Maxwell.
7, 8.
Great.
And that's why Sadiri's catching him again. The little left hook with the body, right hand. That's a lovely right hand there, though. And again with the right hand.
His power and relentless pressure had Maxwell barely surviving, with his legs turning to jelly multiple times.
Maxwell needs to cover up, needs to stay away from these big shots. Caught again by a right hand, right on the... Here he comes again, Sadiri. And Maxwell almost falling.
But as the fight wore on, Sadiri got cocky, dancing and showboating instead of doing his job.
Such an unusual angle.
But he's also dug in wonderfully well and needs to do more of the same. It's been a baffling sort of round.
By the final round, Sabri had victory secured, and he casually started circling the ring. But with just 10 seconds left, Maxwell landed a brutal right hand, knocking Sadiri out cold and sealing one of the most dramatic comebacks in boxing history.
Looking a little bit groggy, and a face which tells a story. Oh, great shot! Left hand, right hand from Maxwell. Well, where did that come from? I can hardly believe what I've seen.
So, there you have it. These were some of the most brutal reality checks in boxing history. Which beatdown was the most satisfying to watch? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.